Hey all, wanted to take a second to talk about my referencing setup in Reaper. I'm going to be using musical examples, but this could really be used with any mixing situation, and I'm using a combination of custom actions and scripts. First off, to set up easy switching from my mix to my reference, I'm using the X-Raym Scripts, set selected tracks as reference tracks, and toggle solo reference tracks. I set my reference tracks on a track marked reference, and with this selected, run the action set selected tracks as reference tracks. I then have the action toggle solo reference tracks set to a keyboard shortcut, and when hitting this, it will automatically solo that track no matter what else I have soloed in my project at that time. Super handy for quickly comparing your mix and jumping back and forth. Next up, I created a custom setup to quickly apply filters to both my mix and the reference track, so I can really focus in on specific frequency ranges while toggling back and forth quickly. I can do each of these with the press of a button, and I have 6 different ranges mapped to number keys, 1, 2, 3, etc. To do this, you first need to make sure you have the SWS Extensions installed. You can follow this link if you don't yet. I first saved several instances of an EQ plugin with different filtering settings on it as FX chains. Next, you can go to Extensions, SWS, S&M, Resources. Make sure you have FX chain selected here. This allows you to expose specific FX chains to individual actions, such as pasting on tracks, items, etc. So I've set one up for each frequency range and loaded the corresponding EQ FX chain I saved. So one for subs, lows, low mids, mids, high mids, and highs. One quick note, if you are going to use more than 4, you'll need to do some additional setup to make sure they are all exposed in the action list, as by default you can only target the first 4. You can do this by either searching in your top menus or going to Options, Show Reaper Resource Path in Explorer/Finder. In this folder, look for the file titled snm.ini and open it in a text editor. If you want to be on the safe side, I'd recommend copying this file to a different directory just so you can recall your settings if needed. So in here, you're looking for the SNM track FX chain property. This determines how many slots will be exposed in the actions list. I changed mine to 10. You can do whatever number you want. I don't believe there's a limit, although I'm not positive on that. So once you've changed that, save the file and you're good to go. One other custom script I'm using in this is select tracks by name. This script allows you to export a custom track name. And once you do and save it as a preset, it then creates a new action in the action list that allows you to select any tracks with that name within the project. I have one setup called Filtered Bus, which is what I make the name of the top level parent track to my entire mix alongside the reference track. Next, I set up a custom action for each frequency range. Each action consists of the following. Save current track selection. I use this to later recall it so it doesn't end up selecting the filter bus track and taking me away from where I'm working within the project. Select tracks by name. Then pasting the FX chain to selected tracks from your corresponding resource slot. And finally, the restore saved track selection. This is to bring you back to whatever selection you had before you ran this action so it doesn't take you out of your workflow. Once these are all mapped out to shortcuts, you can quickly filter out and focus in on specific frequency ranges. And combined with switching back and forth between your reference track, this makes a very powerful workflow for comparing your mix and production. What's your referencing setup in Reaper? There are endless possibilities, so I'm always curious to see what others are using as their workflow. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Cheers.